Welcome back to Desktop Inventions, everybody. This week we've got a lighter news week, so I'm going to keep it short and throw in some non-news related topics. So with that, I'm going to be working on new videos and new content to get out, and I'm working on some exclusive Patreon content as well. This week I just dropped a fully customizable exclusive model on Patreon that I'll get into a little more in the video later. So if you want to get exclusive access to that, come join me on Patreon. And without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, let's talk about 3D printers for kids and maybe even grandpa and grandma. So previously I did a segment on Amazon's top 3D printers of the month. And at that time, I was a little bit surprised to see some of the new companies in the mix like AOSeed, Tina2S, and some others that were primarily focused on 3D printers just for kids. This was pretty surprising to me because I didn't realize 3D printing was getting mature enough, accessible enough, and easy enough for kids, so small children can actually sit down and do it on their own. So because this was super intriguing to me, I decided to take a deeper dive into it. So thinking about my Carbon X1 3D printer, I guess it would be pretty easy for a small child to walk up to the touchscreen, scroll through some of the files there, click on something, and then click print, and it would probably turn out just fine. I mean, 3D printing has really come a long ways to get to where it is today. So when I started looking into AOSeed, that's exactly what they did, and they've even tried to take it to the next level. So on AOSeed's website here, let's take a look at their two printer models. They have the X-Maker and the X-Maker Joy. So the X-Maker Joy is a little bit smaller and cheaper, and the age range says just 4 to 9 years old, while the original X-Maker they put out says 9 to 16 years old. Personally, I would go straight for the X-Maker, being it has the built-in touchscreen and it has a little more versatility with the larger build plate size there. So some of the things that make these printers special is the ease of use and their custom software. These 3D printers come fully assembled right out of the box. You just plug it in, load some filament, and you're off printing. They've got a library of online models that you can choose from, and you can go from viewing to downloading to printing in just a few clicks. They've got over 1,000 models on their own printing library. So I want to come out and say this video is not sponsored in any way by AOC. I just think it's a great product and believe in it. I've looked at some of the competitor models that are also 3D printers for kids, and from what I saw in the features, reviews, and other things, I wouldn't recommend those printers. Another thing that's great about these printers is they're connected to Wi-Fi, so you can go straight from the computer or cell phone app straight to the printer, no USB sticks or micro SD cards. The enclosed designs on these printers makes it much safer for kids, so your kids can sit there and watch the printer without you having to worry. You've got a little window on the front so the kids can watch as the print is going. I've seen the Bambu Lab A1 Mini mentioned as another great printer for kids, but having that open frame design with a hot nozzle exposed might not be right for all kids. Another very cool thing I saw in their app is your kids can make sketches or doodles and then print those out by themselves. This is pretty transformative. Can you imagine your kid drawing a smiley face or a cat or a little dog and then sending that to the printer, printing it out, and seeing their creation come to life? And from what I've seen of real online reviews is the kids can really use these machines completely on their own. They can find things they like on the app, send it to the printer, and you may not even know that your kids are printing stuff right now. So the only thing you have to help your kids with is, getting set up and getting used to the printer software initially. So after you got your printer set up and running and your kids are familiar with the app and how to print things, the only thing you'll have to help your kids with is changing out a new filament spool when one runs out, which is still pretty simple to do. This machine can load and unload the filament through the touchscreen interface. Then you just have to get the new spool and feed the filament in there. It's pretty easy to do. One of the potential downsides I saw is by default, this printer wants to add a raft to your print, which can make it difficult for kids to get the parts separated from the raft. And also when you use raft, the quality on the bottom side of the print is not that great. But however, you can disable this raft in the software. It just takes a few clicks, and I believe you have to disable it every time you print. I think the reason the raft is turned on by default is they want the prints to be successful 100% of the time for kids. Nothing gives you a sour taste in your mouth if you're trying to print out a new print and you get a spaghetti string mess on the build plate and you're just frustrated. So overall, I'm super impressed and blown away that 3D printers are now totally accessible to small kids to use and print on their own. So there's also no reason grandpa and grandma couldn't use it as well. If you're thinking about getting a 3D printer for your kids or other families that are interested, I would recommend this 3D printer. It's way easier than you think. I've got their website listed down in the description below, so if you don't believe me, go take a look for yourself. Okay, next up. So this one isn't really news, but it's one of the biggest facets of 3D printing that I haven't talked about yet. That's right, it's cosplay. And I think this one is relatable to so many people, whether it's medieval Renaissance, anime and gaming cosplay, or just plain old Halloween, which comes around every single year. Most people, in the US anyways, have dressed up in a costume at least at some point in their lives. And that's where 3D printing is here to spice things up. So instead of being limited by what you see at the local store or the same old stuff on Amazon, 3D printing can help you to open up your possibilities. Imagine printing out your favorite Marvel or DC character's helmet or weapon and building and painting it yourself. It's just like when you cook food for yourself, it always tastes better. The same applies here. When you print it out and you spend your own time and energy on it, you will be much more proud of it. Personally, I printed out the Master Sword for my favorite game, The Legend of Zelda. And it's been burning in the back of my mind that I'm gonna need a shield to go along with this before too long. So you don't need to be a pro to start. Maybe find some accessories like a bracelet or some horns. Just try it out, and who knows, maybe you'll get into it. If you're interested, I recommend browsing Thingiverse or Printables to find some existing 3D models that are pretty easy to print. Then look up some tutorials online on YouTube on how to do the printing, the post-processing, and the painting if you're interested. So check it out and enjoy. So now let's talk about the next big TCT event. This time it's in the UK, TCT 360 2025. This event is being held at NEC Birmingham. My American is showing here. In the UK on July 4th and 5th, this upcoming Wednesday and Thursday. I didn't see any consumer level brands in the list that I could find, so this might be more on the commercial and industrial equipment side. But on the list I did see there's over 266 exhibitors from Formlabs, Stratasys, Wham 3D on the list, just to name a few. So Wham 3D's got their mini Wham for metal 3D printing, which can print objects up to 50 or 60 kilograms. Not so much of a mini if you ask me. Then there's Massivit 3D. They've got a huge format 3D printer that can easily print objects over 1 meter by 1 meter in size. Then there's some other companies there printing with ceramics and some other more exotic material types. So if you're in the area or you're in the market for commercial or industrial grade equipment, go check it out this Wednesday and Thursday in Birmingham. Okay, that's it for the main topics this week. Let's go check out the Printables and Thingiverse Prints of the Week. Okay, first up with our Thingiverse Print of the Week, this is the Desk Organizer by Derailed 3D. So I printed this out because I needed a desk organizer. I use this color changing filament, which looks pretty cool. Starts out white and fades up to blue towards the top there. So I believe what this is intended to be used for is sticky notes. Got, pens and other things in here. And I think this is intended for like eye drops and paper clips and thumbtacks, something like that. But for 3D printing edition, we're still gonna need the sticky notes, but we're gonna have a paint scraper, screwdriver, and have our sweet Allen keys in here. Then in these little guys, of course, we're gonna need nozzles. It's exactly what these are designed for. Right here, we have our benchy holder and our super glue to go right here. And last but not least, the back side, they do have a holder for your snippers. So there we go. We're all decked out and ready to go 3D printing. This is Desk Organizer by Derailed 3D. All right, and from Printables here, we have this stackable shelf model. This is from a new up-and-coming rock star named Desktop Inventions. The word on the street is that he 3D printed this for his wife because she wanted to store some stuff in here. So this is completely 3D printable. The top and bottom supports glue in place, and the back part here screws on to the back. And then as the name implies, these are stackable. You can stack up as many layers as you'd like. They're nice and nested in here on the sides. So I did post this model on my Patreon page where you can download the source file from Fusion 360. And I set this whole thing up to be a parametric model. So you can just type in whatever size of object you want to put in here. It will automatically scale the width, the height, the depth, what type of clearance or tolerance you want. You can stack it as high as you want. So that is available exclusively on my Patreon with the fully parametric model. So if you're interested, go check that out there. And then we can see this in action here. We can easily slide in and slide out things into these shelves. So there we go. That is the Thingiverse and Printables Print of the Week. That's a wrap to this week's video. As always, let me know down in the comments if there's something that was interesting to you or if there's something you'd like me to cover in the future. Have a great week out there 3D printing, and I'll see you next week at Desktop Inventions. Oh, that's right, I need to grab my Master Sword. Personally, I printed out the Master Sword for my favorite game, The Legend of Zelda.